Shabbat Shalom. In the mid-World War II movie classic Casablanca, a young woman approaches cafe owner Rick, played by Humphrey Bogart, and tells him her problems. She asks him for advice and reassurance that a bad thing she has done to ensure her husband's happiness is forgivable. Deeply hurt over the loss of his own love, played by Ingrid Bergman, he answers bitterly, "Nobody ever loved me that much." He then dismisses her with, "Everyone in Casablanca has problems. Yours may work out." If you haven't seen Casablanca, you might recall a similarly themed 1965 Fortune song, "You've Got Your Troubles, I've Got Mine," or one of its several re-recordings. At the end of last week's Torah portion, Moses tells God his problems. He complains to God that ever since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has dealt worse with this people. Soon thereafter, at the beginning of this week's Torah portion, Vayera, God appears to Moses and reassures him, saying, "V'gam ani shamati et na'akat b'nei Yisrael, asher Mitzrayim ma'avdim otam." Our JPS Tanakh translates this as, "I have heard the moaning of the Israelites because the Egyptians are holding them in bondage." But this translation disregards God's first word, v'gam, and also. 19th century Rabbi Moshe Sofer, author of Chassam Sofer, and an advanced Talmudic scholar at the age of 7, explained that the word "also" in this verse refers to the fact that not only God, but the Israelite people also heard one another's cries. Even though the entire Jewish people were enslaved and afflicted, they did not forget the plight of their fellow man. In his book, Love Your Neighbor, Rabbi Zelig Pliskin recounts the following story. The mother of Rabbi Simcha Zissel Ziv had a custom to collect money for the poor at funerals. At the funeral of her only daughter, she also collected charity. When asked how she was able to compose herself in the summit of her grief, she replied, "Just because I am suffering does not mean that the poor have to suffer also." There is perhaps no harder time to feel compassion than when we ourselves feel terribly hurt and victimized. Yet it is also an opportunity to feel others' pain and do what we can to ease it. So what did Monsieur Rick of Casablanca do after telling the woman, "Everyone in Casablanca has problems, yours may work out"? He went to the roulette table in the back room where the woman's husband was losing almost all of their remaining money, and he arranged with the roulette croupier for him to win. Despite Rick's own deep pain, he doesn't hesitate to help two young strangers. So much more should we do for the members of our own community, regardless of our suffering. In short, never say to someone, "I have my own problems, I don't want to hear about yours." Being Jewish doesn't mean, to reference another popular movie, never having to say you're sorry. Indeed, it means the opposite, not as an apology, but as empathy. "I'm sorry for what you're going through. I'm sorry for your pain." V'gam, and also when someone does say that, we should of course inquire and reciprocate. And so to everyone who has recently extended me good wishes, thank you. I really appreciate them. But despite or even because I have my own problems, I want to hear about yours. After Shabbat, please call or email me. Let's all strengthen and expand our caring communities, v'gam, and also our humanity and our compassion. Shabbat Shalom u'mituka, a sweet and peaceful Shabbat.